Hello, everyone. I know it's been a while since I've been on to do an update, and it's because I've had a few things go on, a few changes take place since I was on here last. I think the last time I was on here was in like July or August or something like that. Well, I guess I'll just get right to it, get to the meat of this thing. I did not um, go with Naca for my loan. I got tired of the conditions, which were really not conditions. I had paid a lot of stuff off that I was already making regular payments on, or I had paid off stuff that had already been resolved, but I had to pay it again just to show proof and try to get my money back. And like, it was just too much, too much. Um, I will say this for somebody that has a pretty rough credit history or don't have any other means to purchase a home, by all means, hey, you got nothing to lose. Hang in there and do what you can when you can. But the straw that broke the camel's back for me was I had everything turned in, and I was expecting, to get finally an approval. They sent back notice that there were conditions again. My medical bills, and who doesn't have medical bills? I mean, come on now. Who doesn't? So they sent me a notice and they wanted me to pay off. I have two accounts, medical bills. I'm not delinquent on them. I'm not behind. I'm making payment arrangements on them. Have been for about a year and a half. And never missed one, never. Okay? They wanted me to pay those things off. Okay? They said that was very serious. I don't know. Wanted me to pay those things off that I'm already making good payments on, to have proof. I have paper trail of all my payments. But you want me to pay all this? You want me to pay thousands off? Okay? It was going to add up to like $3,800. Want me to pay that off. And then send it back into the underwriter and see if I get approved from there. I was just like, you know what? This is some bull crap, and I'm tired of it. I was being optimistic through this whole thing. I was doing everything they asked me to do, being timely. And it was just like a kick in the face, just to get another, oh no, this is not good enough. Really? My credit scores, all of them, were 700 plus. What? Like, why am I still going through this? So I was just like, you know what? I had enough of this bull crap. Understand that they, are going to pay you down payment. But I was starting to add this money up. God dang it. After I got through paying all this stuff, I could have gotten a traditional loan and been paying out less. So I said, we're going to stop here. I'm going to cut my losses on the money I can't get back and things I had to pay off, Hey, and the debts that were mine, they're paid off. That means I don't have to worry about paying them, later on. So, good deal. But I'm stopping right here, okay? So I was frustrated. So I took a breather for a few hours, went on, finished my day at work that day. And, excuse me to keep tugging on my sweater. I have my little house robe on, and I just threw a sweater on top of it because my family came over earlier. But anyway, so I got off work, and I was doing my, usual, just winding down. And I was like, there's a credit union that's connected to my job. So I'm going to go ahead on and open an account with them. And I'm just going to do a filler and kind of see where I'll be at. And maybe in about 3 or 4 months, I'll apply for a loan. So I went on and opened the account. The next day, these people were calling me, offering all kinds of, good stuff, loans and all this good stuff. And so I was like, well, probably better wait, because I don't want no hits on my credit just to be told no. I just don't want that. I just rather wait. And so I end up emailing back and forth with one of the members, employees at the bank, and she gave me a lot of good information, and their process, like, it was just too good to be true. Like, I was just like, no, it's got to be a catch. And so we kind of emailed back and forth, and she was like, ask me anything. So I asked her every question I could think of. And it was like everything was, the response was in my favor. So I was just like, do I need to? So, long story short, I, after opening the account with them, well, I opened a checking and a savings. I still hadn't set up my direct deposit yet to go to that bank, but I plan on doing that. But I opened the account. I applied for the loan. No, we were texting back and forth, well, emailing back and forth that one day, so I don't count that day. I want to say, I know it's less than a week. Let me just say that so I don't be telling no story. Less than a week, I went on and applied for pre-qualification for a loan. The people got back with me the next day. The next day. The next day, they had me pre-qualified. This man said my business was so in order, it took him no time. If I hadn't applied late the afternoon that day, he said he would have had it done that day, the same day. So I'm knowing already. I got my business straight. I already know this. So just to hear that gave me some reassurance that okay, it wasn't me. I was doing what I was supposed to do. So after that, everything went kind of fast. I think it was like August 26th or something like that that I actually initially applied. Um, so yeah, August the 26th. We ended up closing. I have a beautiful home. We ended up closing on that October the 4th. And really, I mean, the process, everything that we had to do was done. I mean, it was done in like a few weeks. Like they didn't waste any time. But the waiting part was for the seller to finish handling his business and stuff. So yeah, August 26th. And then we closed October 9th. August 26th was the day that I applied for the loan. So from there to October 4th is when we closed, October 4th. Um, the homes that, of course, that you qualify for with Naca, when your income is, pretty good, they're in crappy areas. There was very limited, very, very limited, options for me. And I just wasn't, but God knows. That's why, Lord, I thank you, because He knows. I didn't want no little small, hey, for people that don't like a lot of space, don't got a lot of stuff, hey, great, go for it. I didn't want to stay in no garbage neighborhood. I'm very particular about where I stay, and I want to know how long my neighbors been here. I want to know all that, okay? Because these people I'm going to have to be around for a long time. Loan is 30 years. So I didn't want no little small little house, and I didn't want to be in a bad spot. So that program really, for me, it wasn't really going to work anyway. Now that, in hindsight, it wasn't going to work for me. I could have settled, but then who would be happy with paying a note every month and, not having what they want? But like I have, my house is beautiful. I'm not going to show all of it because I'm still working on it, okay? But, I mean, it's pretty good space. Um, like I said, I'm still working on a lot in it, but I have enough space to like really stretch out. And I didn't get no, like I said, no garbage, no crappy house. I got a good house that I've got plenty of space to move around in. I can decorate. It can be what I want it to be. It's over 3,300 square feet, 4 bed, 2.5 bath. I have an awesome living space outside. I'm not gonna go out there right now because my little man is out there and he will get riled up. He'll be jumping all over me. So, but have an area for entertainment outside. It's a whole new, whole separate. It's not new, but a whole separate area, man cave, Already got a doghouse set up, for my little man. Gazebo. I mean, it's gorgeous out there. Well, it's dark, so. Um, but I mean, it's just absolutely gorgeous. Have 2 stories. The second story has a balcony all from it. I mean, it's a lot of house, a lot of house. And I didn't break the bank neither. Okay, I didn't break the bank. Now, mind you, getting back to Naca because I'm just kind of going on and on. And I don't want y'all to feel like I'm bragging. I am thankful, and I am bragging on God because I know it was Him. But I just, want to kind of give you an idea of what I went through and where I'm at now. So if anybody is discouraged, I want you to still be encouraged because you never know. You never know how things will come about. But I still say that it was a God thing because this house wasn't on the market 6 days when we, asked to see it. So if I had went on and jumped the gun and done my loan earlier, I probably would have picked something else or. But I believe this house was sustained just for me. And so with going through the process with NACA and waiting, installing and waiting, installing, that was just God using that time to get this house ready for these people to put on the market. And we went in well below the ask price. And even my real estate agent was like, I don't think they're going to do it. They accepted our offer. They did that. And so I knew it was God because we hit no friction, like none other way. So just going through that was just, like I said, for God to buy time for us to be able to get what He really had for us. And so now, I mean, when I closed, I was like, I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna tell them to close out my case. And when you're kind of feeling like, okay, I wasted my time, I wasted my money. I hadn't forgot all about them. Like I was too busy trying to get my house squared away and get stuff moved and all that. So I totally forgot to even call them until they just hit me one day. I got an email or something, and I was like, man, I need to let them know. So I did. I just called them and told them, I need y'all to close my case or whatever. They didn't ask a lot of questions. Why? None of that. They were just like, well, okay, it's hard to hear that, blah, blah, blah. And that was it. Hadn't heard anything else from them. So that's that. So, but what I was saying, as far as like stalling out and wasting time and stuff, I hadn't even bought myself a new vehicle because I was waiting because, they don't want you to get anything new and all that. And I had several other vehicles that I owned, but I wanted to get me something new. Like it's time. I hadn't got anything for like 7 years. So, I wanted something. So, um, but I had to wait on that. But after I closed on my house, I went a few days later and I went on and got an SUV that I really like. I got an Infiniti QX. And so it was good that I waited. It really was. But at the same time, I was like, man, I could have been further along if I had went on and done it, my way as far as the loan and stuff, the car loan and stuff. But whatever. Long story short, which I keep saying that, but it's a long story. Long story short, though, I am very satisfied with my decision not to go with NACA. Don't feel like you're trapped. If you're in it with them, I mean, explore your options. They'll tell you, don't put any inquiries on your credit. But if you're borderline or something like that, I'm just gonna tell you, I suggest that you go ahead on and get a filler out there early in the game. Because all you have to do is write a letter of explanation anyway if you inquire, about your credit for something. So just go on ahead and get feelers out there so you can know where you stand. That way you can have the encouragement knowing, okay, if they don't work out, if they keep playing around with me, then I got a backup plan, because you need to know where you're at. You need to know what you got going on. So that's just my suggestion. Like I said, for people that don't have any other option, you might as well ride it out with them. You ain't got nothing to lose. Or if you're okay with just sustaining, renting from somebody, I was not. I wanted my own. So that's my update. I know it took me forever to get it, but I just wanted to let you guys know, where I'm at now. And I mean, it ended up being a happy ending for me. And so if y'all got any questions for me, though, just let me know.